Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more.
E aí, American P. Véi, tá, dá um feedback do áudio aí. É que eu não coloquei o fone, né? Coloquei agora.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. The combo's there. Decent
Tá
damage.
top.
What's next? Throws him down. What's the play here? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Player one can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Grabs him. Misses the drive impact. Bops him with a target card. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Player one in miraculous grab. Going in, one combo can end this round right on Super Art. The Super doesn't hit. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player two with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Flicks out the blade to creep up. Sneaks in above. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Uses the target combo as a hook, bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They are not playing around.
O dive kick dela só fica positivo se pegar no teu pé praticamente.
Is working with a better gauge. This can lead to some big damage. Burnout activates. All the throw connects. Player one can't let it. There's a burnout.
Ah, cacete. Bom dia, perdidos. E aí, galera, show. E aí, Game Zoeira, como que você tá, meu querido? Ou se for EX. Ah, o EX é positivo, né? Olha o Game Zoeira aí, ó.
Throws them to negate the block. Lots of aggression from both sides. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. The jump in is denied.
Ó, o bicho tá ligeiro, hein?
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Get some.
Se pegar na altura da cabeça ou no ombro, apertar teu fraco, mano, que é punição. Cheguei no diamante com quem? Eu vi se chegou ontem, né?
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player, nice read. Denies them with a somersault. Tries to bait out drive rush to keep it going. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Player willing to risk it for the overdrive. A super art, solid anti-air. A real test of nerves here. Let's loose a boom. Drops some hard.
Mentira isso aí, hein?
Locks on for the throw.
Cara, é agarrão essa porra, hein?
How did they anticipate that jump in? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? This is it. Who's gonna take it all?
Meu Deus do céu, que foi isso?
Goes to the air. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch.
Tomei.
Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales.
Essa mulher tá rápida, hein, rapaz do céu.
Pivotal super arc. This is gonna hurt over in a flash. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws them to negate the block. Was well in range to score the throw. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. A dangerous range here.
Pula, pula do caralho, mano.
Or you're gonna eat tons of damage. What are you thinking here?
Vai daqui, porra.
Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Throws them. What's next? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the jump in. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. Overdrive cannon.
Olha.
Still scrapping for control of the space. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now.
Porra. Esse tático dela é negativo. Aperta botão. Depois da joelhada também. Mas ele dá o Cannon Spike no alto lá.
Sonic Blade's a fish for a reaction. Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Holds out with the block. Somersault kick. Player 1 needs to use the threat of springs forward with the drive rush.
O bicho pula ali, hein, mano.
The distance. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. So drive rush to keep it going. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 will look to apply pressure. Hits him with a stop and pop. Ooh, what a smart throw. Checks him with the boom. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Well, burns out. Player 2 can't. No, straight up the line now.
Sai daí, doido.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Pokes with a kick. Any throw will whip off of me. Medium quick hits. All the throw connects. Drive rush. Player 1 and whip. They're wide open. Went all in with the rush.
Cam Saiyajin, essa cama tá foda, mano. Tá rápida demais, mano.
Things are looking very bleak, but can they find something? Connects with the throw.
Agora segura.
Okay, here we go. What are they gonna do? How did they anticipate that
Errou,
jump in?
errou o comando.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Teu fraco pega antes, tem gap. Ué, o que aconteceu? Ah, o Laguna aqui, ó. Ixi, agora eu vou apanhar, hein. Já tava apanhando, né?
Here comes a new challenger.
Médio, médio, grep, médio. O que é grep? Grep é meio agarrão, né não? Acho que eu vou tirar essa narração, não tô gostando mais não.
They're not going to allow any jump-ins. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner.
Agarra aí, mano, agarra aí.
Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Alright, what's coming up next?
Ei, caralho.
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. That's some big juicy damage.
Mano, esses pulos nas minhas costas em cross eu não tô conseguindo. Tudo de quem é negativo, só aquela voadora dele que é positiva.
Jump? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Strings it all together. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very
Caralho, pulou na hora certinha, mano.
Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Jirai doing the business. Both fighters planning something. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Going in, springs forward with the drive rush. Jump? What'll happen here? Breaks the block with a club drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 needs burnout activates. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Jirai? A clutch anti-air.
Tomou.
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Tô te dando a dica contra bonecos. Valeu, MKP, valeu. Vou tentar aqui. Meu golpe mais rápido é o chute fraco. Isso aqui, ó. Aí não, né?
Still slugging it out at this range. Sets up with the jump in. Gets the quick dash short. Player 2 is in a very meets them air to air. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage.
Oxe, caralho, não para de bater não?
Quick dash.
Cê é louco, bateu demais, mano.
Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Good somersault kick. The throw is tech. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're
Outro lado, porra.
so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find opening. Adds a little.
O bagulho conecta o soquinho dele com o médio abaixado, velho. Pra lá, louco.
The pressure is so intense here. Checks him with the hook, snipes him out the air. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Backs them into the corner in a hurry. They got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Big opportunity coming. Barely brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters planning something? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Player 2 will
Aí sem chance.
Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive through. This is gonna take a chunk. What now? Meets them air to air. Catches it, closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Decides not to run, hits the drive. Sonic boom. This is gonna hurt. Clutch anti-air. Throws him. That throws some good damage. Player 1 needs to take it all in with a rush. Player 1, putting the cherry on top. Oh, here we go. What will they do next? Looking for a hole. Cross-up attack. Gets the quick dash shorty. Player 2. Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Ah, caralho.
They got a one-up finish. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Obstacle uses their drive gauge. Sure you can? Very nice anti-air there.
Caralho.
Their opponent on the foot. Very solid corner switch.
Eita porra.
Heats it up with a combo into super. Knockdown. Nails the anti-air. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Had the radar up and running. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each other out. Sonic boom! Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Player 2 needs to use
Caralho,
big chance with the step.
dei uma especial.
Gotta set the table properly here. Scrapping it out, up gets him with a Euro step.
Dei de novo, mano.
Into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Solid anti-air. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's gotta make a move. Betting it all on the drive rush. They've been keeping a full drive gauge in their pocket. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc.
Ah, mano, acertou o pulo, mano.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters.
Tá jogando bem, tô nada. Tô errando muita coisa. Ó, esse sagão aqui é uma merda, hein, mano. Tinha que tá na fila já. Quando eu peço pra assistir o bagulho, já rolou a luta.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Combo with the target combo. Taking stock. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Burnout activates. Takes a
Quando tu coloca pra assistir e não entra é porque não começou a luta. Eu sei, mas no saguão dos 5 não tinha isso aí não.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. This round is
Essa game do Mika tá embaçada também, mano.
Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Knockdown and player one will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch.
Na verdade, esse problema é no PS4 por causa do load. Aí eu fico limitado. Tá porra. Ele viu isso aí, soltou CA, mano. Está rápido demais, mano. Preciso jogar mais isso aqui, os caras tá muito na minha frente.
Back down to start. They're not taking any chances. Jumps in. This could lead to some big damage. There's a change of some. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Both are ready to.
Esse Ken aí tá demais, mano. Você é doido, TV de tubo. Bom dia, TV de tubo. Como que você tá? Acho que no PS5 também é. O PS4 é uma merda mesmo. Eita, meteu um... Vou entrar, perdidos, um pouco. Entra aí, game zoeira. Meteu um kika danado ali, você viu? Olha isso, mano. Ele bate demais, mano. Olha lá. O bom é que dá pra ver os inputs ali, né?
Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 2 is in a tight spot right now. Definitely answers the error. Did this super art connect?
Tomou. Já era. Boa, Mika. Quase perfeito. Ele tá fazendo umas paradas de quem que é negativo e também tá punindo. Aí ele continua. Do bem por aí. Aqui tá de boa, TV de tubo. Graças a Deus.
Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2 can't use any drive moves.
É porque nós não tem reflexo, América P. Eita.
Medium kick. Flashes them. It's a good spot to use the super. A quick breather. Player 1 is working with an experiencing burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Player 2.
Onde dá pra punir? Tem dificuldade contra quem?
Impact squash. Jumps in. This is gonna hurt. Are we gonna see a comeback here? The drive impact doesn't work. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Reads the jump in perfectly. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Next, the counter. That jump in was expected.
É o Mikael que tem que mandar o convite, o Sagão não é meu não. E se eu mandar convite a live cai, mano. PS4 é uma bosta. Entendeu? Se eu mandar o convite a live cai. Olha os caras no Drive Pact. Bom anti-wear, nossa senhora. Cê é louco, os caras tá jogando demais, mano. Não cai em time mais. É, agora dá pra virar, hein? Joga muito se quem joga não. Dá pra virar, hein? Uia, meu Deus do céu. Ei! É o que? 3 partidas? Duas, né? 3. Ganhou 3. Eita.
Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Definitely shuts out the jumper. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some.
Cê é louco, esse Ken aí tá foda, mano.
And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Had the radar up and running. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Taking stock. Saw them sweating against the wall and gets in the throw. Player 2 on the board first with the
Laguna tá um passo à frente. Taxa de Ken é negativo, mas ele tá acelerando na voadora fraca. Aí pega em punição. Se tu apertar, mas se tu defender, tu arrebenta o Ken.
Will look to apply pressure here. Both fighters planning to off of me. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Jump! This may turn into a big chance. Looking for hooligan grab. What up?
Foi. Foi nessa.
The final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Decides not to rush in without a punch. This can lead to some big damage. Connects with the throw.
Tá lendo com sono? Eu acordei agora, pô. Tô com sono ainda, América P. Tá até ficando... Tá até trocando as palavras. Tô, mano. Tô com sono ainda. Ih, já era. Não. Tinha punição melhor não com o Drive Rush? Ah, errou. Eita porra. Ixi, passou o carro do peixe aqui. Pera aí. Vou multar aqui. Puta que pariu, ele conseguiu virar ainda, mano. Ave Maria, velho. Ô, Mika, coloca pra vencer duas aí, mano, só. Já consigo mudar? Ei, Mika. Vou usar. Coloca pra vencer duas, Mika. Ué. Laguna de novo. Mas o saguão não é meu não, América P, não consigo mexer.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
O saguão não é meu, querido.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Moves performed off a drive rush get extra plus frames, making for a potentially high return. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal.
Mentira, o bagulho pegou em counter, ele era pra pegar isso aí, mano.
Player 2 chases them down. They were right.
Porra do caralho, viu, mano?
Player 2 brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Player 2
Oxi.
might have just shifted this round into high gear. This is a prime opportunity to end things, but they decide to play it safe? Oh god, this is tense. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for the jump in to start. Sticks the combo. checks with a medium kick. Jumps. Sonic boom. Dashes forward. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Doesn't miss a beat.
E
Drive impact isn't going to work.
de novo, mano.
They can't do anything now. Player uses the game.
Kika danada em mim também.
Both fighters planning experiencing burnout. Flashes us. Noticeable life lead. Ooh, what a smart blow. Drive rush.
Não, caralho.
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Checks them with the boom. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. That back
Eu tentei dar o time, mano. Pra lá, caralho.
Betting it all on the drive rush. Forward rush. Closes the distance. Excellent block. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Clutch anti-air. Boom. Dangerous range here. Ooh, what a smart blow. What now? A jump in?
Pro outro lado, filho, caralho.
Player 1 turns out. Okay, here we go. Stacking things in their favor with solid punches. Cool set the bait at this range. This is gonna hurt. A real test of nerves here. No
Vai tomar no cu, viu, mano.
hits him with that NSF double. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Like,
Mano, sempre que eu aperto essa porra desse médio aqui, mano, numa distância que não vai pegar, eu aperto essa porra, o cara pula. Toda vez eu faço essa desgraça.
really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Just believe it's time for that run back. Checks him with the boom. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each
O
other
dele
out.
ganha. Por que o dele ganha, caralho?
Opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Decent damage. What's next? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Player 1 has the
Aí,
legit shook in
porra.
the corner. Grabs him. Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Slight lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use.
Agarrar o cão, caralho.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so
Se eu
vital.
pulasse, hein?
Jumps in. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Okay, creating some space. Springs forward with the drive rush. Sonic boom. Jumps.
Ah lá, de novo aperta o médio, mano.
Quick dashing. What'll happen here? Zones with the fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Grabs and throws them away. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 reads the jump in perfectly. Connects with the throw. Ooh, there's a side switch. Drops him hard. Oh, ooh, what a smart throw. Forward rush. Impact squashed. Just anti-air in the clutch. Will they gamble turns and what a finish.
Puta que pariu,
Here's
velho.
the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Who will come out on top in this final round? Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Still plenty of time left. What are they gonna do? Both are ready to pull goes to the air. Good judgment there. Crowns them from above. Boom! Shakes things up with a fireball. Ooh, does them dirty.
Puta que pariu, mano.
Player 2, there's a burnout. Oh, here we go. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Solid anti-air. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Taking chunks out of... Oh, drive rush. mighty drive move. Gotta play it safe. Drops him hard. Answers with a fireball.
Ah, vai se fuder, mano.
Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Let's loose a boom. They were right to be on guard.
Agora ele não aperta botão.
Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Keeping track of the opponent's
De novo, mano.
waiting for a good opening. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block it adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Knockdown. Holds out with the block. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Drive gauge
Pro
finally
outro lado, mano.
gets
Caralho, eu esperei o cara cair pra dar porra do flash kick pro outro lado, mano.
They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Steps back to start things off. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Throws the fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Throws up the
Ah,
fireball to
aí
check.
não pega, meu soquinho não pega.
Needs to deal with this burnout. It's a good spot to use the super.
Meu jab não pega no combo mais.
There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. The Dragon Last Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Jumps up, picks up the counter. This is going to be finds the target. Oh no,
Se lascar, mano.
Experiencing burnout. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Both sides meets the jump in with a perfect parry.
Sério que ele meteu perfect parry em cross.
Gotta play it safe. The next touch makes cross super hard incoming. That was the highest I've ever seen.
Perfect parry em cross.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Back out, hits the drive. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Anti-air in the clutch. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Player 1 is in a pretty drops him hard. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Shrugs that off. Yeah, flash kick on point there. Looking for a hold. The throw is denied. Let's loose a boom. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Shakes things up with a fireball. These fighters are swinging for control of the match. Who's gonna take it? Only 50% like perfect.
Toma.
All in with a rush. Throw tech.
Porra.
Player 1 has gotta work some magic with the fuse in their drive game.
Ah, mano. Que mentira, velho. Que mentira, mano. Pô, você mentiu pra caralho, mano. O cara eu apertei o botão, o cara apertou o botão e o dele ganhou, velho. Bom dia, Carmine. Como que você tá, meu querido? Vamos que vamos.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Lots of aggression from both sides. Okay, takes them
Ah, esse cara falou que pega porra nenhuma, meu jab.
Takes the chance to hurt him. The throw misses. Oh, whiffs the throw. KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Nails the anti-air. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting
Pressão do caralho, mano. Olha isso.
Creates a good corner opportunity. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Jumps. Lands the back throw. Time it springs forward with the drive rush. What'll happen here? Blocks it. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Dashes forward. Sets up with the jump in. Connects with the throw. Player one will look to crown him from above. Both fighters planning drive and back misses. Noticeable life lead is a what a finish. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Sonic boom. The last round. It's now or never. Dashes. This can lead to some big damage. Catches them in the crossfire. Bringing the best of style together for one lethal move. What are they gonna do? Perfect boom with finesse. This is gonna hurt. What's next? Player one can't win the connects with the throw. What now? Cashes out the cage right there.
Essa boneca faz isso, você vai nas costas.
Straight up nasty. Delta red assault. A real test of nerves here. Player one can't.
Ah, se lascar, pô.
Player two made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Splash kick. Jumps. Checks him with the boom. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Projectile to try and change the situation. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Takes a trip. Slips the grab. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Gets him. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Pokes with a medium kick. Just out of range for that throw. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Throws him. What's next? Closes the gap for the grab. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Player one chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters planning something? The throw whiffs. Big
Eita!
Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Hits them with a stopping block. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Drive and back misses. Experiencing burnout. Closes it out. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Reverse edge cuts him down. Shoots off a fireball up close. Gets the counter in. Impressive reactions there. Good anti-air. Trips him up. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Grabs him. Takes a trip. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Neither of them willing to back off here. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Knockdown. Springs forward with the drive rush. Bends the meter. KO.
Caralho, meteu a farofa, mano.
Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps in. Very slick with the combo. The quarter makes it off. Nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Jumps up. Somersault kick. Going in. The impact doesn't do anything. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Shows a medium kick. Goes for the jump in. What'll happen? Just goes for it at this range. All in with the rush. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Burns out. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump in, but this unleashes some big damage. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Okay, here, crowns them from above. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This.
Caralho, foi duas vezes a mesma coisa, eu caí nas duas, mano.
Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rhythm. Gets scooped from down low. Grabs and throws him away. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner.
Puta que pariu, mano.
To do damage here. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. Trips them up. Combo with the target combo. Very solid corner shot. Nice.
Vai se lascar, mano.
Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps? Okay, they trade hits. The jump in is denied. Knocked out and brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps in. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Decides to meet them in the air. Nice read. Denies them with the somersault kick. Looking for a chance. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Jumps up. Not much life difference. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? This is gonna hurt. A quick breather. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. The jump in is denied.
Puta que pariu, mano.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Medium kick hit. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Gets a chance with that jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. Gets. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Somersault kick stops them cold. Risky up close scrap still going.
Ah, mano.
Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. A quick breather. Jumps it. This can lead to some big damage.
Mano, apertei, mano. Não consigo reagir Drive Impact nem a pau, velho. Sonic boom. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Mano, deu tech, velho. Ah, mano, que mentira, velho.
This is where smart meter management is going to come into
play.
Our fighters will need to tread carefully. This can lead to some big damage. Turns out, turning it right up with a super.
Ele colocou FT3, ô Carmine. Não pegou. Ah, cê é louco, tava mó longe, mano. Ele colocou F33, ô Carmine. Ele tem que mudar, na verdade. Aí, o Lago não tava pra jogar com você, pô. Daqui a pouco... É, América, daqui a pouco o Mika vai sair. Aí eu crio uma sala.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Opts for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here.
Tem que farofar, Mika.
Is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Taking stock.
O cara ainda fica positivo, mano.
Opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Life lead takes a big gamble and rips out a get some.
Ô, Mika, eu tive que farofar pra caralho com você pra você parar de dar pressão. A pressão amaldiçoada sua, como é que eu não vou dar farofa? O único jeito de sair dessa pressão aí.
There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage.
O bagulho ganha do meu antiaéreo, velho.
Scrapping it out up close. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Reads the jump in perfect.
Que isso?
Are we gonna see a comeback here? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Crowns them from above. Adds a bit of OD spice. A gutsy fireball gives them the round.
FT11 3 rounds.
Expect to see some fireworks.
Muda a configuração aí, Mika. Caralho, mano, o cara ganha, mano. Ixi, meu Deus.
Player 2 is barely hanging on to walls flat into the card frame. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that over in a flash. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good somersault kick. Grabs him. Good work staying in throw range there. Big counter. Now they get pushed to perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Nails the parry. Now it's their turn to press buttons. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Oh, easy tech. Goes to the overdrive. Overhead. Taking stock. Combo with the target combo. Takes a trip. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Good somersault kick. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishment.
Falou, América P. Falou, tamo junto.
With the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Jumps. Player 1 can build off this lead. Time to sit on the lead. Grabs him. Both fighters planning something. Pokes with a medium kick. Chops him with a shorty. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Checks him with the boom. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 2 crowns him from above. Extra spicy Shoryu connects. In there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Perfect boom. Chance reads the jump in perfectly. This can lead to some big damage. Still plenty solid anti-air. They just said get that jump in out of here. Leans on the the flash kick to get them out of the jam. Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Oh, snipe! Player 1 can't let this simmer. They got drops them hard. Both sets up with the jump in. Oh, here we go. Great flatlines zone. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks them with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Wow, shut down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Oh, these two fighters are perfectly synced. Blocks the jump in. Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? I want to see how they manage their SA gauge here. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him. What's next? Taking stock. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Takes a trip. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Recovers from burnout. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Both fighters, smart play to stop the opponent there. Player experiencing burnout. In there! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Sonic Blade to fish for a reaction. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Medium kick hits. Rolls out the Sobot. Blocks it. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Checks them with the boom. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Both fighters, nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Perfect execution with the anti-air. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 can't. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. This may turn into a big chance. Who's turns? What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Decides not to rush in without a plan. This can lead to some big damage. Atsu's out of the quick dash. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Connects with the throw. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Sets up with the jump in. Quick dash Tatsu. Dangerous situation here. Ooh, does them dirty. Throws them. Amazing. Jumps anti-air in the clutch. Oh, perfect execution with the anti-air. Super art to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Big time to end it. Never ever miss a chance to show off the fancy stuff. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Checks with a medium kick. Dashes up.
Outro lado, mano.
Avoids getting cornered. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Next up, starts off zoning with fireballs. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Big counter. Takes a trip. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity, reads their mind and texts a throw. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Going in? KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight.
Shows a medium kick. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Had the radar up and running. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. A quick breather. Can they keep on him? Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Medium kick hits. It's a good spot to use a super. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Wow, that's some big time damage there. Player 2 will look to him. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. There's a burnout. Shakes things up with a fireball. They trade hits. Okay, nobody blinked. Flatline zone.
Esse pulo nas costas me mata, mano. Cê é louco. Toda vez, mano, tomo pulando nas costas.
Decides not to rush in without a plan. Breaks the block with a throw. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Good distance for a shot. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 2 with the lead. Will they go? Burns out. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a find the target. No! Stunned off the wall! Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Aims for the shins. Boom! Player 1 has a full drive gauge, but is on the brink of perfect execution with the anti-air. Even the slightest hit tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Any throw will whip at that range. Doesn't take the throw.
Boneca chata essa Kami.
Was an absolute beat.
A Kami é chata mesmo. Bora, Laguna. Ué? Eu não gostei desse saguão não, mano. Saguão zoado. A mecânica dele é zoada. O outro era melhor.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Nails the anti-air. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. A quick breather. Player 2, burnout activates. Player 1 is dominating this match. Barely blocks the jump in. Hold your breath. Gotta be careful not to whip at experiencing burnout. KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1. Fight.
So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Still very early in the round. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first, they have a big advantage here. Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done.
Aí, ó, o Mika vai sair, ó.
Can now go on the offensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. There's still lots of time in this round. Stop the attack by using a drive kick.
Mika vai sair, aí eu coloco o saguão mais com uma vitória só que 5 rounds.
checks them with a projectile. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Goes for the super art? What a clutch side KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. From upstairs! You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Manages to block the jump in. Oh, what's this? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. KO! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Jumps in. Dashes forward. Oh, in with a rush. Player 2, super art to show up what a PhD and fighters can do for you. They should have kept this one classified. Let them straight up gas. Delta red assault. Can they make the most of this? Cannon spike. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Closes in. This may turn into a big chance. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation. That's gonna leave him rattled. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Forward rush. Noticeable life lead. Ah, genius read with that throw escape. What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Vou mudar as configuração melhor, mano. É, só tá eu e o Carmado, então bora. Não, ô Mika, coloca FT1, ganhar 5 rounds, quer dizer. Ganharam uma vez FT1. FT1 ganhar 5 rounds. Que aí todo mundo joga mais rápido, entendeu?
Tries to bait him with the projectile. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Who's gonna make a move? Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. So it looks like our fighters are taking a breather. The fighters are scrambling to figure out how to gain some meter here. Does a good job of pushing back. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Projectile to try and change the situation. Time's the only thing moving here. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Uses the drive rush here to snipe.
Carai, pegou esse médium.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Demorou, Mika. Na próxima eu crio. Oh, meu filho, pulinho.
Took him to the corner in a flash. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Genius read. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. So, what's next? What'll happen here? Opts to continue the attack with the drive. They return to center stage. Barely blocks the jump-in. Pokes with a medium kick.
Ah, esse bagulho me mata, mano.
Turning it right up with a super. Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take him out.
Esse bagulho de pulo nas costas acaba comigo, velho. Acaba comigo.
Player 2 made all the right moves. And this...
Ah, o Mika mudou as configurações. Você vai ainda, Mika? Vai jogar ainda?
Here comes a new challenger.
Vai vocês, demorou.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Vou sim até 1 da tarde. Aê, Mika.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance.
Oxe, pegou, ó.
Needs to deal with this burnout. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. A throw to tie the
Cor da
blow.
porra.
They were stuck in the corner. Player 2 is off to a good start and wins the first round. They'll want to keep dictating the pace of this match. What are both fighters plotting? Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Close them to negate the block. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Sonic boom! They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Checks them with springs forward with the drive rush. This is so scary. Both fighters can drive rush to keep it going. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. KO! It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace.
Ah! Mentira do caralho, viu, mano?
Spends the meter to throw on some massive damage. Brings out the level 3 super. You go for it, you gotta go big. Will that super be the turning point? Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 2 has the life advantage. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the jump in. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Taking stock. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Checks him with the boom. Jumps. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. That drive impact is blocked. Sonic boom. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Perfect boom. Decides to buff up while they can. Checks them with the projectile. Rolls out the Soba, experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs some in there.
Farofa nele, farofa nele.
Is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Sonic boom. Dashes forward. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 1, burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Gets it all for the crossfire. This is what happens when Sonic Boom beats Summerstone Kick for an all-out assault. Player 1 is dominating this match, experiencing burnout. Are they thinking about how to steal this round? Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. KO.
Até que enfim ganhei uma do Carmine na minha vida, primeira vez. O outro era melhor. Até que enfim ganhei uma do Carmine na minha vida. Vai jogar de Kimberly agora, danado.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner, buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here.
Hey!
Throw whips. Sticks the combo. What's going to follow the combo? They trade. Fantastic reactions there. Taking stock. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They hit each other.
Ei, drive impact do cara que eu não respondo, viu?
Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Projectile to try and change the situation.
Ah, mano.
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Takes the chance to hurt him. Decent damage. What's next? The super armor does its job. Player 2, it adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Brings out the level 3 super. When you go for it, you gotta go big. Takes a trip. Player 2 chases them down. Gets a crucial back throw. Player, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. A quick breather. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Gets the combo. Sneaks in the throw. It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Checks them with the projectile. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Player 1 chases them down. That drive impact doesn't get through. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. This is a gigantic life lead. How are they going to deal with this? Knockdown. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Gets the jump in. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Life
No!
up. Going in. Hopes with immediate. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Opts for the critical arm.
Puta que pariu, ainda consegui perder ainda, mano.
KO. Nice meter away.
Caralho, esse especial é da hora, não tinha visto ainda não, hein? Segunda versão dele é muito louco, hein?
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps in. Quick throw, miss. That's a counter. Player 1 will look to blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Shreds them with a Sonic Hurricane. Nice damage. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Hits them with a stop and bop. How can they steal this win in such a precarious situation? Medium kick. Anticipated that throw. Player 2 needs to use the KO.
Sabia que ele ia apertar botão e ia trombar.
This match ain't over yet. The last round. It's Noward brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to follow up after that target combo. Player 2 with a slight lead. All the throw connects. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Boom! Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Are they going to be able to come? Nothing stops this train. This can lead to some big damage. There's a drive impact. All in with a rush. Noticeable life lead. This is going to hit for a critical arm. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna raise their life bar, but also their nerves. Player tried to attack by
Puta,
you.
pulou, velho.
Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Boa, Mika, boa, jogou bem.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Knockdown. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Sticks the jump in. Solid combo. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy impact finish. It was more than enough. Player 1 picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here. Opts for the throw. Oh, with the drive impact. You do not want to whiff an impact. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? All right, what's coming up next? Well-timed corner switch. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Knockdown and jump. Both fighters have super art on deck. One touch has the potential to end this round. Experiencing burnout. Strong critical. What's gonna happen? He opts for the critical art. A clean KO. Nice meter away.
Caralho, esse CA é muito louco.
It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Decides to create some distance to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Solid combo. Decent damage. What's next? Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. I want to see how they manage their SA gauge here. Player 1 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Grabs them. Jumps up. Okay, they trade hits. They're trading attacks. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
Caraca, ele reagiu isso aí.
A quick breather. Blocks it. Jumps in. Barely blocks the jump in. In with the crossover. What now? What there's an overdrive shore you. Shoots their shot. What there's a
Já era.
wraps it up with a throw. No hype man needed. This is the final round. Tricky hidden variable. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Ooh, the drive impact hit for a punish. Super to show up what a
Gastou tudo.
fighters can do for you. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Player 2 is returned.
Nossa.
Impact squashed. And they burn out in sync. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh, putting the
Nossa!
do it.
Isso pegou, véi.
People what they came to see, Ryu. Player one is mounting a comeback. This is gonna hurt. What's next? The drive impact doesn't work. They push.
Nossa, levou. Puta que pariu, hein, mano. Bora, Carmine. Pega leve, hein.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one.
Prestar atenção aqui porque o Carmine é foda.
Going to do. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Moves performed off a drive rush get extra plus frames, making for a potentially high return. Player 2 has the life lead.
Ah, não,
Not
mano.
a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Drive gauge finally recovers. Oh, easy 10. Checks him with the projectile. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation.
Ah,
Into the
mano.
end game now. It's getting tense. Ah, burnout activates.
De novo não pegou, mano.
In there. Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Reads their mind and techs the throw. That tech's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Nails the anti-air. The throw misses. Oh, easy tech. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Let's off a projectile to waste time. Okay, creating some space here. All right, what's coming up next? Was looking for that jump attack. Shinku Hadouken! The super doesn't hit. Player 2, this is a huge chance to make a field. Player 1 doesn't have a lot experiencing burnout. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Will this super art be enough? And it's just enough. Solid read on the bars. It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Shoots off a fireball up close. Puts one in the pocket. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 has the super meter lead and may want to try to press the attack. They have the lead in SA meter, but can they take advantage of it? Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Knockdown. Starts off zoning with fireball. Player 1 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Hits them with a stop and pop. Player 1 can't use any drop. Uses the gauge for a super art. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Oh, could be the start of something. Sonic boom! This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Checks them with the boom. Player 2, perfect execution with the anti-air. Barely blocks the breaks it. Carries them all the way to the corner in one go. Nets the counter. Oh, flatline zone. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
Eu tenho que aprender os combos otimizados de Kimberly, mas tenho preguiça.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Player 1 picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here. Blocks the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Closes the gap for the grab. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 1 chases them down. Rejects the air attack. Player 2 is making this look so easy. Steps back to start things off. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Lots of life to play with, and full SA meters. What will they do? This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Grabs and throws him away. Blocks it. Barely blocks the jumping. Jumps. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins.
A new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Puts one in the pocket. Blocks the jump in. Throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Gets the counter in. Knockdown. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. No good up high. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Knockdown. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. KO. Player 1 may have taken the first round, but you can be sure that there will be adjustments on both sides. A brave forward jump there to start. Beginning of the round.
Caralho, não acredito não.
They trade hits, and now player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. A dangerous range here.
Ah não, mano.
Jumped on a long recovery move where you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 1 chases them down. If they can't escape this rock solid corner pressure, this round is over. That's one. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player one is feeling it. Match point. Pokes with a medium kick. Checks him with the projectile. They trade. What's their game plan here? Looking to impress with this super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Now, can they finish the job? Player one can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Jump springs forward with the drive rush. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Life lead is there, but still, burnout.
Puta que pariu, mano. Sempre que aperta essa porra de chute médio no vento, mano.
Definitely one to watch. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Trips him up. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Medium kick. Sticks the combo. Hidden variable? KO. Player two will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Decides to create some distance to start. Starts off zoning with fireball. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Player two blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Brushes off the impact. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Meter management is going to be a huge factor right now. Wait, hold your breath. Player one needs to deal with this burnt. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Are they dead off this super? Pulls out the super to tie it up. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it now.
Round three. Fight.
Decides to create some distance to start. Blocks the jump in. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player two is leading in meter, but how will they utilize that advantage? With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Throws them. What's next? Closes the gap for the grab. Player one is maintaining, brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? And the throw ends the round. Player one is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. The jump in is denied. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's the drive rush to keep it going? Off for the critical art. Confirms the boosting ninja star cycle. The damage and attack boost off this will really tip things in their favor. Both fighters planning something? Life lead is there.
Puta, ainda perdeu, velho.
Player
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 chases them down. Gets the jump in. A nice, chunky combo. Can they keep up the assault? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. KO! Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round two. Fight.
Burns the drive gauge. What'll happen this round? Puts one in the pocket. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? There's a corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Can't tech the throw. Knockdown. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fire. Takes a trip. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. Great work finding the opening. This is a huge chance to make a field. Life lead opens up. Going in? The jump in is denied. Springs forward with the drive rush. Experiencing burnout. Good somersault kick. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Which way you gonna block? Player 1 can't afford KO. It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear? Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Out for the super art. No time to be stingy. Aiming for some big damage with a level 3 super. How's this round going to develop? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Player 2 has a KO. Player 1 takes the lead. Can they ride this momentum to the end? Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Fireball from very long range. What's next? Player 2 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. Goes air to air and takes their turn. They're going for the super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Guru Hadouken. The super doesn't hit. They trade hits. Close range projectiles. Crowns them from above. What now? Hits them with a stop and pop. Player 1, solid anti-air. Excellent block. Who's done anti-air in this clutch? Tried just what they were after. No hype man needed. This is the final round. Sonic Blade to steal a turn. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Good read with that throw escape. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Player 1, burnout activates. Meets them air to air. Nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. And they burn out in sync. This can lead to some big damage. The jump in is the, oh my, the throw tech. Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. What are they gonna do? Player 2 is in burnout. Clutch, anti-air. Finds the target. Oh, stun. Bad news is on the way. Corrects them. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Uses their drive gauge. Drives it back, misses. Ugh, take a seat. Burns out. Links in. Player 2. Will it be the damage or the setup? Here comes the boom! Oh, it's enough! Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
A new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Throws him down. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. Player 1 chases him down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. The grab misses. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Grabs him. Life lead opens up. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. What'll happen here? Player 2 baits out the attack and gets the pin there. Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Gets the jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Will this super art connect? Player 2 has the meter lead. Burnout activates. Good heads up play to go all in with the super art to make sure they're dead. Goes for the sure bet and ends it. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it down. Sticks the jump in. What are both fighters plotting? Brushes off the impact. Checks with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Are they going to hold your breath? Combo with the target combo. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? All right, what's coming up next? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Bops him with the target combo. Jump! The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Well-timed corner switch. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 2 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Changing up the beat with the hidden variable. Combo with the target combo. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Forcefully closes the gap. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're still feeling each other out. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Brushes that off and keeps going. Super experiencing burnout. Player 2 uses the gauge for a super arm. Spends it all for the crossfire. This is what happens when Sonic Boom beats somersault kick for an all-out assault. Player tricky hidden variable. In with the crossfire. Super arm to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Player 2 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Can either of these... This is gonna hurt. What a finish! The fighters have matched each other blow for blow. This fight will be decided in this final round. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Uses the target combo as a filler. Reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Solid anti-air. Looking for a hole. Let's loose a boom. Tricky hidden variable. Vagabond edge connects. Ooh, what a smart blow. What now? Player and whiffs. They're wide open. Wall splat into the guard break. Big flex with a sonic hurricane. Player 2 licks it. Throws him. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna take it? I called it. I called it. Immaculate counter. Player 2. Click.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both fighters will want to make something happen while avoiding burnout sting. Are they going to press on the attack or hang back? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. They need to hold out. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Starting to sweat a bit. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Big, low, reaching heavy. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. All right, what's coming up next? Springs forward with a drive rush. Oh God, this is tense. What'll happen? Some in there. Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Fires off in overdrive. The throw is escaped. These two fighters are perfectly synced. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. They're still feeling each other out. Super heats it up with a combo into super. Brings out the level 3 super. When you go for it, you gotta go big. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Nails the anti-air. Oh! There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 opts to spend the super meter here. Is this gonna finish it? KO! Player 2 is winning with the greatest of ease. Somersault kick. Just out of range for that throw. Can't tech the throw. Closes the gap for the grab. Both fighters springs forward with the drive rush. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 1 can't use any drive, experiencing burnout. Goes for the jump in. Going in. Their life is hanging by a KO. I smell a comeback in the works. Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Sneaks in above. Scrapping it out up close. Springs forward with the drive rush. Sonic boom. Throws a fireball. Player 2 will burnout activates. Checks him with the boom. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Knocked him out of the air. Overhead, but it won't work. Medium kick experiencing burnout. Ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. A real blocks the low kick. Put the fear of God in it. Player 2 brings it home.
Challenger.
Vacilei demais, dropei muito combo. Mentira da bexiga, boneco roubado. É, o Guilherme é top tier, né, ô Carmine? O Riozinho, coitado, sofre.
Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Lots of aggression from both sides. What's the play here? Goes for the fireball. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Whiffs the throw.
Ai, carai.
Combo with the target combo. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. He can't do anything now. Player 1 holding on to that corner, closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag. Holds out with the block. The throw hits. Now the fun begins.
Puta que pariu, toda vez tá fazendo isso.
And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Spends the whole meter to try and score some ridiculous damage. Taking stock. Player 2 has the meat, beats it up with a combo into super. The level 3 super. Looking to make them feel it. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 chases them down. Knockdown. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Both fight a drive rush to keep it going. Good somersault kick. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy KO.
Pô, meu garoto.
Tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear?
Round 3. Fight.
Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Very solid corner switch. Gets out of the corner.
Carai.
That drive impact doesn't get through. Okay, creating some space here. The jump in is denied. Checks him with the projectile. Holds out with the block. Player 2 chases them down. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Barely blocks the jump in. With the life gap opening up, they need to hit them with a stop and bop.
Ai, caralho, tomei.
For a good return. Closing it out
Essa foi boa, essa foi boa.
Nice and clean. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Who's going to start things off? They hit each other. Brushes that off and keeps going. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 2 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Grabs and throws them away. Knockdown and jumps.
Ah!
Jumps in. Smart play with the throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Sneaks in above. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Barely blocks the jump in. A quick breather. Drive rush to keep it going. Anti-air in the clutch. Oh, they switch sides. Okay, here we go. Drives it back, misses. Oh my God, what the heck? Excellent block. Dangerous, goes out of sight.
Não!
Both sides closes it out.
Dei sorte, hein? Dei sorte, hein?
Each other blow for blow. This fight will be decided in this final round. Drops them from the air. This is it. Oh my God, what a throw tech. Throws them. That throw will do some good damage.
Uia!
This may turn into a big chance. Ugh, scuffle. Forward rush. This can lead to some big
Tomei.
damage. What's next? Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Arc step. Amazing. Nothing stops this train.
Não!
Player 1 can't propose snipe. Tricky hidden variable. This is the time to believe in your abilities. What are they gonna do? Oh my God, they just choked it up. Grabs them. Both sides. Oh, the finishing blow.
Tá que pariu, eu sabia que ele ia fazer isso, mano. Era pra me pular.
Really had to fight for
Nem
that.
defendi, nem fiz nada.
Shortage of
Essa eu dei sorte. Mas ainda perdi. É, rapaziadinha, 2 horas e 5 de live. Vou deixar a live por aqui mesmo. Obrigado a todos que compareceram aí. América P, Carmine, Mika. Tamo junto. Até a próxima e é nóis. Mas eu vou ficar aqui ainda, hein? No saguão.